don't even see my son. Like, I ain't seen my son in over 2 years. Like, I don't know what's going on, know where my son at. Like, this been going on since my son been in this world. Like, I don't want to discuss money like that. Like, I don't have no problem with giving my son or doing anything or paying child support.
Because you have a lot of arrears. You owe like $24,000 now.
What's
But you're
important though?
making your
My niece
payments.
being in my son's
Excuse me,
life or
sir.
money?
I'm talking. You owe $24,000 or so because you aren't paying your payments.
We're here on a non-agreed child support review order confirmation of arrears. Mother, Miss Pope, signed off on the order. The father, Mr. Murphy, did not sign off on the order, and I believe he is still in disagreement to the order. The Office of the Attorney General is asking that the child support review order be confirmed as proposed with no changes. And I'll go ahead and just announce the contents of the order. There was a child support judgment of $16,989.85 as of August 28th, 2023. And Mr. Murphy was ordered to pay that off at $134 a month beginning October 1st, 2023. There was a medical support judgment of $7,890.81 as of August 28th, 2023. And Mr. Murphy was asked to pay that off at $89 a month beginning October 1st, 2023. And Mr. Murphy was responsible for court costs as billed. And then there was a non-disclosure for Miss Pope for family violence concerns between her and a third party, not Mr. Murphy. And that was the extent of the order. I'll go ahead and call the parties. I call the mother, Nikita Pope. Miss Pope, could you state your full name?
Nikita Pope.
And ma'am, is it correct that you signed off on this proposed order?
Yes.
And are you still in agreement to it?
Yes.
And are you asking that the judge sign off on the order with no changes?
Yes.
Pass the witness. I call the father, Marvin Murphy. Mr. Murphy, could you state your full name?
Marvin Murphy.
And sir, did you hear the announcement regarding the contents of this order?
Yes.
And sir, are you in agreement to the child support judgment, the medical support judgment, and the payoff amounts?
No.
Okay, can you tell the court why you don't agree?
I don't even see my son. Like, I ain't seen my son in over 2 years. Like, I don't know what's going on, know where my son at. Like, this been going on since my son been in this world. Like, I don't want to discuss money like that. Like, I don't have no problem with giving my son or doing anything or paying child support. But if you're not allowing me to see my son or be in his life, we got a totally different issue here.
And Mr. Murphy, do you understand that any visitation issues that you may be having are not before the court today? So it's not something that the court can address today?
And if that we address them, then I don't know what we're discussing.
And sir, do you understand that the arrears are basically the only issue before the court?
I understand that.
Okay. And sir, have you seen a copy of the pay record involved in this case that was attached to the child support review order?
No.
You have not seen it? Okay. Permission to share my screen, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Murphy, I'm showing a copy of the financial activity report that was attached to the child support review order as Exhibit B. Does this look like an accurate copy of the pay record? It has your name, Marvin Murphy, and Nikita Pope on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And sir, I'm going to scroll down to the last page so that we can look at the arrears that were owed as of.
I understand about the arrears. I understand what I'm on arrears and everything. I understand all that. It's not my concern here.
Okay.
So, Judge, I don't know if I'm doing this right or not.
I can't go into other issues. The only thing we're here about is the arrears. You say you're not in agreement to the arrears, so we're having a contested hearing as to why you're contesting the arrears and the payouts. If you have other issues, you need to file a petition. We cannot handle other issues. You said you were not in agreement to this. You're making us go through this contested hearing, and now it sounds like you do agree. I understand you're upset about other things, but those are the things that I can discuss today. So do you need to look at the pay record some more so we can resolve that issue?
I don't need to look at nothing else, honestly. I can do what I want to do with that.
That's not what I asked you. So are you, do you have any disputes to the arrears, sir?
Nope.
Okay, so you agree to this order? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're confirming the CSRP order. I'm gonna sign off on that. That'll make it official. You need to make your payments on a more consistent basis. Your payments look very spotty. Looks like you do well for a few months and then you don't pay for several months. You need to pay your payments so that you don't get further behind because you have a lot of arrears. You owe like $24,000 now.
What's
You're
important though?
making your
Me
payments.
being in my son's
Excuse me,
life or
sir,
money?
I'm talking. You owe $24,000 or so because you aren't paying your payments. It goes both ways. You have to do your part, and she definitely has to do her part as well, but you aren't doing yours. That's part of the problem. Pope,
Okay.
don't interrupt me. It's not funny. Turn on your camera, Mr. Murphy. All right, Ms. Pope, I'm granting you this non-disclosure requesting, but you're supposed to let Mr. Murphy know your address. He has to know that so that he can exercise the visitation and so he knows where his child is, not so he can make unplanned visits, but so that he has that information. Does Mr. Murphy have that information right now?
He doesn't know my current address, but he can have it. And Your Honor, he had my previous address.
I don't care if he had your previous address. Does he know your current address?
No, he doesn't know my current address.
Okay. Can you get it to Mr. Murphy?
That's fine. Yes, sir.
Do you mind telling us here in court here?
Yeah. It's 3 Texas 75604.
I don't see Mr. Murphy writing it down, so I don't know why he's not concerned about it.
Yes, he's not going to see him.
Okay. All right. All right. So make sure that if you move again, that you let Mr. Murphy know your residence address where the child is, not your mother's address or anything like that, where you actually reside with the child, so he can have that. All right, we're done with our hearing today. Y'all can press leave to exit the courtroom. Thank you.
I still don't understand why I have to pay that much if I don't ever see the kid, and every time I ask to see the kid, she tells me no.
So, Mr. Sarr, we're here on a show cause for failure to pay child support. States that you're supposed to pay, that's not my problem. So listen, you're ordered to pay $302.45 a month in child support and $54.08 a month towards your arrearage. You have an arrearage in the amount of $2,183.40. So, sir, you live in Adrian.
Yes.
There are jobs everywhere. I have lists of up to 400 jobs that you can come in and go get a job. So why are you still on unemployment?
No, I've been going through Manpower and they haven't even found one yet for me and haven't even called me back. So I just did application for ringing bells.
For ringing bells for the Salvation Army?
Yes.
What about have you ever washed dishes? Have you ever bussed tables?
No, I've just been waiting for Manpower to get me a warehouse job.
So in the interim, Mr. Sarr, in the interim, you can rake leaves, you can go get a job at a restaurant. There are a lot of jobs out there. Your child support doesn't go away because you're not working. Do you understand that?
Right, I understand, but I still don't understand why I have to pay that much if I don't ever see the kid, and every time I ask to see the kid, she tells me no.
Okay, have you filed a petition for a referee hearing?
Yes, I have, and my whatever that child support lady is, she hasn't been doing nothing.
Those are two different people. So listen to me, Mr. Sarr. Child support and visitation are two separate issues. Do you understand that?
No, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't.
Okay. All right, so visitation is a different procedure than paying your child support. So whether or not you get to see this child, even if the child were adopted out, you still have to pay child support. Do you understand that?
I guess I'm
okay. If you want to see your child, you have to petition for a referee hearing, not the lady that calculates child support. That's a separate lady. That's something else.
Know.
You have to, well, I'm going to explain it to you and you just listen to me. So you have to go to the front of the court. You have to check in at the front window. You need to ask how you file a petition for a referee hearing so that you can see your child. You have to actively do that. All right.
Okay.
Your Honor, he's going to need to contact the other state on that. It's a Michigan order.
Oh, yep. So we don't even have this. You have to go to Ohio to do that.
Right. Okay. I don't know none of this stuff. I don't even know how to write. I'm
explaining it to you now. So do you understand it now that I've explained it to you?
Yes.
So do we still have a list of employers or jobs available through front of the court?
Yes.
All right. So Mr. Sarr, you live here in Adrian. I need you to come to the front of the court today in the basement level and check in at the front window and ask to see a list of employers. You understand?
Yeah.
And then I want you to put in at least 5 applications this week, and I want you to come back on Monday, November, next Monday.
Okay.
Hold on, so today's the 13th. I need you to come back on November 20th at 8:15 or 8 a.m.
Hold on one second. Are we going to be in town for that? Because I have to take my daughter to Toledo for her appointment. We'll be in town for that? Okay.
All right, so November 20 at 8 a.m. I need you back in, and I want you to be able to tell me what 5 places you filed an application at, all right?
Okay.
You're gonna come to the courthouse today, you're gonna get the list of jobs available, and you're gonna put in at least 5 applications in the next week, got it?
Okay.
All right, and then we'll see you back next Monday at 8 a.m.
On the phone or in court?
Well, either or is fine.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Okay. What is the change in your job?
I was a full-time student
Okay.
and doing real estate. And as we know, real estate has tanked completely. So
Right.
have been trying to find a job now that I have graduated, but because of the, yes, corrupt nature of the court, there's a felony on my record and that should not be there. And so I am
Okay.
struggling to gain employment.